Now, I kind of get that this is not going to float everyone's boat. But what I will say is I've got to take my hat off to Hatsan for the way they come out with some radical ideas. Hi guys, this is RACKNLOAD and this is the Hatsan Vectis. Now, this ain't no ordinary PCP, as you can probably see already. Yeah, it's certainly a little bit different, and roll footage, you can see that it is very different. Yeah, it's a lever action, a multi-shot lever action. Okay, and yeah, it's certainly different. There's no doubt about it. Let me throw out some specs and we'll sort of dig in deep and I'll tell you more about this thing then. So, it is a pre-charged pneumatic. It is a multi-shot. This one is 2.2. You can get them in 1.77. You have a 12-shot rotary magazine in 2.2, 14-shot in 1.77. Weighing in at 6.8 pounds, so it's not the lightest, and that's unscoped. Overall length is 41.3 inches. Stock is 17.75 inches. It's synthetic, the stock is. Thumb hole, as you can see. 2-stage trigger. 200 bar fill pressure. You get around 90 odd shots per fill, roughly. Energy is around 11.3 foot-pounds. So that's kind of like the average. It just depends. Depends what pellets you're using, this, that and the other. And it is quite a bit under 300 pounds, which kind of ain't bad. And you get 2 magazines and you get some spare seals, and you get obviously the charging adapter and all that. That ain't bad for the money, really, is it? It's not bad. But what do you get and how does it perform? Well, let's take it from the top in the usual style. Let's go from the stock end. Okay. And then we'll get to the magic bit in a minute. So it's an ambidextrous stock, as you can see. Synthetic, pretty tough, pretty durable. Soft recoil pad there, or butt pad. So that is what it is. Thumb hole stock, as you can see, that's obvious. Ambidextrous cheek piece, which is nice. And to be fair, this thing is pretty much fully ambidextrous, to be fair. So yeah, if you're a lefty, you're like myself, you're going to have no trouble with this. No trouble whatsoever. Stippled panels on the, well, slight stippling on the pistol grip. And then you've got the same there. And again, it's sort of like a stipply effect, rougher than like the rest of the synthetic stock. So it offers a little bit of grip. So this thing don't really sort of slip out your hands anyway, to be fair. And then this, this is where the fun begins, because this is a multi-shot lever action. Now, as you can see in the video, me shooting this, you basically operate it like you would like a cowboy gun, like a Winchester Marlin or Henry, you know, something like that. You operate it kind of like that, but you don't have to go sort of swing it all the way forward, if that makes sense. You just go to there and then that cocks it, and then you've just got to bring it all the way back. There is a ball bearing catch there, sort of either side, to lock the lever back into place, and you have to lock it back into place for, you know, to be able to take the sort of the next shot. There's no manual safety catch. There's no automatic safety catch. There is a manual safety catch, which I'm a big fan of on a multi-shot. It really does sometimes annoy me when you have an auto safety on a multi-shot. When you want a fast follow-up shot, that's generally the reason why you've got a multi-shot. You don't want to be messing about with a safety catch as well. Okay. So yeah, that is cocked pretty much. Obviously there's no mag in. What I will do is I will just fire that off. Okay. Now moving to this area, as you've just seen how it cocks. It is all polymer in construction, and I'll show you sort of down down in the guts. Oh God, I'm knocking the camera about. Let me just steady my camera. So there you can kind of see what's in there. Not a great deal to see. Well, you can see a bit of the trigger mech, but you know, that's pretty much all you see. It is easy to operate, but I found it's not mega fast. And after a bit, if you're not wearing gloves, and I know a lot of people don't wear gloves when they're shooting unless it's middle of winter, it does after a bit get a little bit uncomfortable. I don't know, it's just, you start to, I don't know, it just starts to get a little bit uncomfortable on the old pinkies. But other than that, it is quite a good fun gun to shoot. Now, to load this gun, you've got to open it up like that. And then the magazines, which you get 2 of, are kind of like FX magazines. Pretty much operate the same as an FX magazine. Okay? You basically load all your pellets up, clockwork, so you know, you just wind them on. And then once you've loaded up your pellets, you literally just slide in the magazine like so. And I did find that we're a little bit tight. Okay, there's one in it. I won't be able to close it up because it has got like a last shot stop on it to stop you just wasting air. And that's it. You have the magazine in like that. What I did find was you need pretty high mounts. So excuse the mounts that I've got on this. That's all I had available when testing this rifle. So you need pretty high mounts to clear that magazine. So that's it. And then basically, imagine that's loaded. You just close this up. It won't, like I say, it won't close up now because it's got the last shot stop built into the magazine. And then you take your shot and then just operate the lever for each shot. And then when you fired your last shot, it won't let you load up again. So you just take your magazine out. It really is quite clever. I had no problems with it. No issues whatsoever. Every time I operated that, it worked fine. What I did find though, I think I did it once, to be fair. I didn't fully close this lever all the way like you should, and it didn't fire. So the natural instinct then is to, rather than close it up, is to sort of operate the lever again, which I did, and then it double fed. Okay, so that caused it to double feed, and I ended up firing 2 pellets at once. But hey ho, that you kind of get used to it. Okay, so that is sort of basically your operation. Okay, the everything is all sort of polymer coated. Okay, even the main, I think this is, yeah, it's all polymer coated. So I don't think you're gonna have any problems with like corrosion or anything like that. It is pretty, what I found a bit odd, to be fair, is the barrel. Obviously it's not inside, but it is square, a square barrel. Yes, that's obviously a shroud, and you get this whopping great muzzle brake, the sort of thing you'd want on a 50 cal, but it is all polymer, and it does look pretty cool. More of a, I suppose it's more of an air stripper, isn't it? In a way, would it be? But it looks cool. It certainly looks cool. There is your cylinder here. Bit of Picatinny rail underneath so you can throw on a bipod. Your air cylinder, like I said, it is all sort of encapsulated into the fore end, which is kind of nice. There is your manometer there. Your fillet area is here. So you have to move the, I think you can move the dust cover or push the dust cover out, or dust thingy bob. So you move that out, and that's how you fill it up. Dead easy. It's odd looking. I ain't gonna lie. It is odd looking. Okay. And like I said at the start of the video, it ain't gonna be everyone's cup of tea. Okay. You do get open sights with it. I've not got the rear one on. I've got the front one on. It's like a pop-up thing. It's a fun plinker. I think it is just a fun plinker, to be fair. But how did it perform on the range? Well, let me show you, because believe it or not, I was pretty impressed with this. I was pretty impressed with it. 30 yards. You have to excuse the target. I did actually leave the target out and it got a little wet. So 30 yards. These are 5-shot groups with H&N field target trophies. 5-shot groups. That is where I accidentally loaded 2 up, and it even placed 2 shots pretty accurately, which I was quite impressed with actually. That would have been awesome, nailing a rat with 2 shots like that. 5-shot group. 5-shot group, 5-shot group, 30 yards, 5-shot group. That is pretty damn accurate with a sub 300 pound air rifle, and one of that's a little bit unusual. That is pretty damn accurate. So I'm not going to really moan about accuracy at all. Looks, on the other hand, yeah, okay. It don't do it for me, I'm going to be honest. It doesn't do it for me. I just found it a little bit uncomfortable after a bit. It was getting a bit sort of tedious. I think if you was wearing a nice glove or something to sort of just pad your fingers a little bit, your cold hands, it starts to grate after a little bit. That's what I found. That's what I found. But no, accuracy, really, really not bad for what it is. So, you know, it's, I don't know where you could really place this thing. Would it be, it'd be an ideal back garden blinker, but with its accuracy, pretty pokey as well. I think probably a good ratting gun. You know, something that you're not afraid to knock about on a cold winter's night when you're doing a bit of rat shooting. You've got gloves on anyway. I think you'll be fine, you know, just using that. Is it a little bit noisy? Yeah, it is a little bit. It's not the quietest. So it's not as quiet as, for example, like an FX where you're just operating that nice smooth bolt, or maybe a lever like on a HW100, for example. It's not silent. Okay, that's probably its only drawback. While we have got it cocked, let's give that trigger a measure just for giggles. God, I couldn't even tell you what it's doing, to be fair. But it is a 2-stage. So there's the first stage. That's not bad. 3 pounds, 2 ounces dead. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, come on. I need to remind myself. Yeah, that is really not bad. Really not bad. Yeah, what I was afraid of to start with, and there's no way of doing it, was kind of pinching my hand in when I closed it up. But that wasn't the case. There was no sort of real problem with doing that. Let me just fire that off. So yeah, it's certainly something different. You know, if you like your unusual guns, if you like Hatsan, generally most of their models are pretty unusual. They're not afraid to do something a little bit different, and you know, you've got to sort of take your hat off to Hatsan. Take your hat off to Hatsan for that. So yeah, it's a different one. It's certainly different. Is it going to appeal to a lot of people? Don't know. Be interesting. Let me know in the comments if you own one, or if you fancy one of these. It'd be quite interesting to know whether it's your cup of tea. Like I said, I don't know whether it's mine. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of lever action sort of pistol caliber firearms anyway. Don't know. They're just not really me. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching. That is Rack and Load. See ya.